I am farming, guys, which means that I am doing an insane amount of attacks, and that means that I have to cycle through a lot of different armies to keep the game new and fun. And what we're doing today is actually this army that we're looking at right here. It's the Yeti clone fire might spam situation, basically. And it is actually just hilarious, at least in my opinion. I find it extremely fun. Now let's see if we can get this clone into the core. I'm hoping that we might get something of the sorts. Then I'm gonna take out this one early. Oh, are they gonna die from it? Maybe not. Maybe I can get something done like so. That's cool. Then I will use this on the bottom. Don't know if we need it. I am gonna wall break in. Next thing is from the top, we're gonna send in the world champion. One of those there. And then everything else right here. This looks great. Now there's really no strategy to this, which is what is the most fun about it. It's basically just picking an entry point, making sure that you are not getting absolutely messed up by the disarmor, which we are, and that's terrible. And that's really it. And then use the abilities whenever you feel like it. For example, I'm going to use the Queen ability right here just to, you know, get the giant out. Warden is kind of not really walking anywhere that's useful, but you can see it's already crossed. This is obviously a rush base, like a super rush base, but we still have, you know, all of the fire mites coming out of here. We have all 4 heroes up, almost maxed health, all of them. It's really a fun strategy. Now I am farming, so I'm going to get out of here before we hit 100%, but you can see it's a 3-star, and that's what's the most important part. But yeah, let's get out of here. Let's show you guys the army and what I'm actually thinking with this and why it actually works. Now, this is the army for the king. It's basically just about getting some damage dished out and open up walls. So therefore we have the spiky ball and the earthquake boots, and then just the phoenix on him, because I switched between phoenix on the royal champion and the king, and it just seems like sometimes I'm lucky and the royal champion will stay alive for so much longer with the timing of the invis from the fox. For the queen, you can basically use anything really. I like the magic mirror, and then I'm just having fun with the new equipment that I have sort of leveled up. For the Grand Warden, we have the yak on, and that's basically if the king walks and you need to open up walls, well then you have the yak. Rage spell, because that's just more fun with the Yetis and the fire mites, and yeah, that's really it. And then we have the royal champion here. We're using the what's it called, the fire rocket spear, and then the seeking shield. And honestly, you could use whatever you want right here. This is just to clear out an area or corner of the base. And then obviously we're using 4 clones, rage, and then I'm just using, you know, all fire mites, as well as we have, what's that, 11 fire mites thingy furnaces. So yeah, that's really it, guys. Let's do another attack. Now I think I am on about, what's that, maybe 70 million, perhaps around 70 million. That sounds about right, which is good. It's not terrible. It's just not, you know, what we'd like to see ideally. So what happens if I put down a Yeti right? Where can I actually put down a Yeti? This is a terrible base for this type of strategy. What happens if I put down a Yeti right here? Will that slowly get the fire mites over the wall, maybe? Yep, that works. Cool. Let's get the disarmor out. Let's put this bad boy down on the bottom. Let's actually use the furnace right here, and then use the royal champion and another furnace actually, and then we can go in from the top. I think is a pretty good place to start. There we go. We are not really trying to do anything besides getting some value from the Yeti bomb, and then just spamming everything in, and just look at them go. Like, just look at this, it's awesome. You can also, you know, use the fire mites as the bomb that you want to use, so, you know, clone the fire mites. I just find it to be a bit irritating to go about it, meaning that you have to be very patient, and I just need to have very fast attacks where I just spam everything in and have a lot of fun immediately. So that's why I'm using this. Now, it is a strong attack, it really is, but if you are completely mindless with what or how you're using it, Obviously you're going to have some fails, but it can truly 3-star max Town Hall 17. I'm going to show you guys hopefully on a base really soon. Now let's get out of here because we've got all of the loot, so there's nothing else for us here. Alright, next base is up right here. Let's just go ahead and check. Where do we actually find value from here? You can put an archer down right there. Now I actually forgot my CC. We'll just have to make it work because now we are in the attack. Maybe just right here. They will jump in right there, there, and there, and then rage. Should probably have put the rage more on the side, because that is actually going to be terrible. That is actually going to be real terrible. What can we do to recover this? Can we actually do anything to recover it is the question. Let's just wall break in right here on the corner of things, like so. Yeah, like so. And early warden ability, just to keep everything kind of alive, I guess. And let's see where this gets us. Well, we're here for the loot, but we also do want to make sure that we actually attack in a way that actually makes sense. Now the disarm is just absolutely wrecking everything, which is terrible for us, but we will see if we can make it work. We still have the queen ability. I'm going to hold on to that for just a moment. I don't see, you know, much use case. Things are going down a bit too fast, and the big what's it called, giant is not really getting much value as of yet. I can use it now, however, when we're stuck on the king, and we can get some value right here over the wall. That is really most of the base. We got all of the loot, but having, you know, none of the, holy crap, the fire marks are taking out, there's so many. The ricochet cannon can't even get things done, so we're actually going to end up tripling anyway. The fire marks are just that good. Yeah, they're just going to burn through that. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, let's get out of here before we triple, and let's make sure that we actually remember to get our what's it called, the clan castle troops with us. I have been extremely lucky each time that I'm searching. Sorry, I only have to search for like a few minutes, maybe even like a minute at max, to actually find a proper base. Whereas previously I've had to encounter, you know, pretty terrible, you know, loot wise at least, bases, and that ends up being a little bit of a bummer. Now let's actually see what is the best approach to taking this out. Is it really just to get the king in first? Then we can get this on the other side. That was probably done. Let's put a fire furnace thing down. We'll spend a little bit of time on the disarmor right here. Maybe I can send in the royal champion. Does she have another health? She does. That's insane. Okay, here we go. Now we are in with everything. Queen as well. The balloons. I'm not even sure why I have the balloons with. Oh, it was because I had healer puppet at some point, and I've just kind of kept it as is. But they're honestly fine to have, you know. I mean, we could choose other stuff, but yeah. Warden ability here just to save a bit of HP on the king, or save the king from going down too early, so we can open up the walls for the core right there. We still have the queen ability. Use that after that skeleton trap goes down, or the skeletons from the skeleton trap goes down. The Yetis over here will take down the Yetis. That is fine. Rage spell is still going hard. You can actually use, what is it called? You can actually use the healing tome as well. The issue is that the Yetis won't spawn more Yeti mites, and therefore getting more value out of the raged up Yeti mites it's like a cost benefit. I'm sure that someone out there is doing some mathematical equation and figuring out the most amount of damage you can get out of them. But yeah, here we go, another easy 3-star, but let's get out before we get all of the trophies. There we go, 99, that was close. Alright, this time I actually had to search for quite a while. I feel like that was like a hot minute before we actually found something. Some bases right here with some gaps in it, but so much loot, and we are here to farm. I am trying to get so much loot that whilst I'm away for Easter, I don't have to think about farming. I can just, you know, relax, and then I can go in there, put down the upgrades, and leave it as is, and be present with my family. So that is the idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. Now I'm probably just gonna put down, well, we're actually trying, it's weird with these types of bases because you don't actually know what you're trying to do. This is probably a good a place as any. Let's rage up. I think we got it. Yeah, that looks fine. And we're back with the whole disarmor thing. I actually really dislike the disarmor on defense. I'd actually rather have going up against the king or something like the Yetis spawning all of the small troops, and you know, it's a little bit annoying, I'll be honest. But let's get everything in here like so. I'm actually just going to spawn it all at the same time, and then we can clear out the corner up here. 2 of those archers down. Now we're just going to early warn ability. Oh, we didn't get the king in there. Okay, well, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Do we actually get the corner? of the disarmor is just absolutely destroying us. Yeah, and she's going to destroy the furnaces. So we're not going to get any value from that. That's annoying. Yeah, really annoying troop to have going up against. Middle section is going decent, I guess. The fire marks are just absolutely wrecking everything. And they are, you know, when things are clumped together, they actually do damage in an area. So you can actually take out stuff over walls and whatnot with these fire mites, because the burn just, you know, hurts. It's like the, what's it called? The fire launcher thingy. That's kind of doing the same thing as the fire mites. I believe it actually is the same thing, like the launcher there is actually launching fire mites, so you know, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, there we are, guys. That will be it for the video. I am maxed out on loot pretty much. We did get an achievement. Oh nice, ricochet cannons, there we go. We did get an achievement there, which is nice, and we did max out both gold and elixir. We are yet to have maxed out the dark elixir, but we don't really need that. We have 7 days on the laboratory, 5 days on the pet house, and you know, we're gonna have enough. That's not really a problem. Let's contribute the 6 million, and that puts us at number 3, which is nice at 73 million loot. But look at Alex, 330 million, absolutely insane. I feel like Alex actually, he's probably maxing out his, what's it called, his, there we go, let's visit him, his walls, where's he at? Yeah, there we go, love from Alex. He is very close actually, which is kind of awesome. He's been doing a lot of work on his base, so that's nice. Alright guys, I hope you've had an amazing time watching this video. If you haven't, well, I hope I can make it a better time next time around. But other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing Easter, and I will see you guys around. Cheers.